You were talking briefly about the new map and your new district and the lawsuit. What's the latest? I saw today that the League of Women Voters has jumped in suing against the map. What are the latest discussions among Republicans, and what's the latest among the delegation in Washington?
Well, I mean, we're in a tough position. We think that the democratically drawn map was gerrymandered for political purposes, but they really, the entry into the federal courts is because they didn't comply with the Voter Rights Act, and there should have been 2 Hispanic seats. And because of that, that gives us entry into the federal courts. Now, that's a double-edged sword with that. We filed a map that we thought was fair and balanced, and we couldn't gerrymander because, I mean, give the courts this gerrymandered map or this gerrymandered map. I mean, why not? So we think we did a very credible job of making compactness, not splitting counties, having a second Hispanic district. The courts will have to decide whether to take our map, rule against their map, or they could just erase all the lines and draw their own. If they erase all the lines, who knows where the lines will be. That's why I'm just pretty much staying in my current district and not going too far outside those lines.
What's the challenge if the map stands of, you're staying on only 60%? Is that population or is that geography? And you fear falling behind. 2012 is coming up really quick.
No, 60% is a population of people I currently represent. It's mostly rural, small town, mostly on the east side of the state. The new part for me would be going up from Shelbyville up to Danville. That would be new area that I would have to run around in and get to know people a little bit more. But Shelbyville South is areas that know me real well, and I'm spending all my time there. Of course, I lose a lot of Metro East. I lose Sangamon County. Those are big losses. Good friends. I've been here running in this area since '92. So I'm at a point where I don't worry about it. I'll wait till the maps get resolved and I'll decide what to do.
One of the things you saw with the election in 10 was Illinois' Republican gains came in Congress. But because of the way the map was drawn on the state level, a lot of the state house Democrats kept their seats, even though the voters in their areas elected Republican congressmen. Any fear that this new democratically drawn map could have that kind of a result in Washington, that just because of the way it is drawn, it doesn't matter what the mood of the country is, the map is going to produce Democratic winners?
We think that they overreached. They intentionally did it this way. They want to pick up 6 additional seats at the cost of Republican representation. Part of the court case is saying that through the political gerrymandering, what they are trying to is turn over upside down the will of the people, because the will of the people spoke in an election. They said, we want these type of reps. Politically, they're trying to undo that by the map. Now, we think they probably overreached. They think they can pick up 6 Democrat seats at the expense of 6 Republicans. We've got some very good members of Congress who are hard workers that even in more challenged districts, they can win. But of course, that's why I know it's shocking that people would think Illinois is a political state, but in this process was purely for Democrat seat gains in the House of Representatives.